going on? A little monster for early afternoon. Caffeine doesn't bother me late at night. Never have been one of those. I can drink coffee, I can drink monsters, I can drink tea 8 o'clock at night and go to bed, no problem. But no secret that my big camera, my main camera I use for a lot of my filming, unless right now because I'm having to show it, is my SL3. I love this camera. It's Canon SL3. It's a hell of a camera. I'm gonna be honest with you. Little Boya microphone on top. That is the second cord I've had for it. Bought it online. I keep the pucks from Peak Design on all my cameras so that I can just transfer like the leash over to another camera. But my main thing was I've been shooting 35mm again. I blame that strictly on Chloe. She wanted to get into shooting 35, and well, I got into shooting 35 again within the last couple of years. And I had a Minolta that I used for that, and I thought, I shoot with Canon mostly, so I'll pick up a Canon 35. I did. I actually purchased this through KEH. I'll leave a link down below. I'm not affiliated with them. Hint, hint. So I got on their website and started looking around at cameras. This is a Canon Rebel K2. In Japan it was known as the KISS Lite, I think. In the rest of the world it was known as the 3000V. It's come out in 2003 and is a 35mm camera. Now I also picked up this lens. It's basically like a kit lens for this thing. It's a 28 to 80mm lens. It was in the bargain bin, both pieces. Now if you don't know how KEH works, maybe one day I'll do a video strictly on KEH and how they work. But anyway, turn this thing on and she's already, worst case scenario, we'll fire the, it's already focusing. I don't know if you can hear that. It's stupid quiet considering technology 2003. Let's take a listen to my Canon SL3. All you hear is the beep. You don't hear the lens at all. See the flash popped up then? It just barely does make any noise. So coming up pretty soon, I'm going to try to get Chloe together. We're going to go out and shoot a roll through it. I'll let her pop it off a couple times and I'll shoot it a couple times. But this is still, let's see, I don't know if SL3 was still made in Japan or not. It does made in Taiwan, but this one was made in Taiwan also, the body. The lens though was made in Japan. And what about this lens? Look at that. Now I'll give it one thing, the Japanese, when it comes to their lenses, are really good. Good glass and everything. It does not tell. I'm sure it does. I'm surprised it doesn't. But the other cool thing about this one, it uses a lot of the same filters as this one does. So I don't have to buy filters. I've even tried this lens on that camera and it works. Now, I'll throw this out there. If you have EF lenses, you'll be fine on the older 35mm if you decide to pick a 35mm up. But if you have an EFS like this, which has stabilization built into the lens, if it'll show right there, it will not work, won't even go on this camera. But this lens will go on that camera. So anyway, I'm gonna make a video here soon on just strictly shooting with this 35mm. Now this lens is quite hefty. Now I do have a nifty 50 I could throw on this particular camera. Just trying to see if the flash, oh, it's not on. But, I bet it does. Yep, the flash is up. And we'll waste one real quick. There we go. The other thing that threw me off on this camera when I loaded the film the first time, unlike the Minolta, when you load the film in, it does its advance to picture number 1. Canon does something a little different. When you put your film in, close the thing up, it winds all of the film onto the camera. So basically, normally when you put film in a camera, you put it in from here to here. So it pulls it off the roll as you're taking pictures. This one, you put the roll in on this side, which would be on a regular camera, most cameras would be pulling from this direction. Well, you put the film over here and it pulls it all out of the roll onto the camera itself. And then as you take a picture, it's rolling it back into the film body or the film casing. So I thought that was kind of wild. Like I said, when I first loaded it up, I thought it was messed up. And it's just sitting there whining it, but then I noticed the counter was going up. And I was like, it's rolling the film onto it. And then sure enough, I read online, it's like, yep, that's what it does. It rolls the film on there for you. Pretty cool. It's got a lot of the same buttons. I mean, you look at the shooting button on the SL3 is right there. On the K2, it's right there. Just like this, where you can flip through turn it different functions. Same thing right there. Your control knob, turning on the camera, right there. Turning on the camera, right here. Changing out of auto and manual and all that, same thumb dial. So there's a lot still here. Still here from here. It's kind of funny, the battery still goes in the bottom, both cameras. Your SD card goes in the bottom of this camera. But yeah. So I've got a Canon 35mm. Got the K2 that was built in 2003. We're going to be shooting some pictures with it, so stay tuned for those. And if you're kind of wondering when the next upload will be on this channel, well, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But my son said something to me about keeping the channel going. I said, okay, I can come up with content. That's it for this one, guys. I appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, share, subscribe, like, and all that other fancy good stuff. Tell your friends about us. And we'll see you on the next one. So get out and take some pictures and take some videos and start your own channel. Later.